Thank you for watching part 9 of the Outer Worlds 2 playthrough. My company is currently conducting a round of layoffs and I am hiding out. And if I hear any pings on the laptop, I'm just going to pretend I don't hear them and play this game. I have to return some documents to, whoa. Relax, dog thing. To this dude. Hopefully he has some money.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, I might have to shake him down. Some brandy and a cigarette lighter. Oh. Toss ball card. Is this where I just was? No. But also yes. Hey guys, careful your ankles, don't roll them. Really could use some gunpowder. Hey, secretive old man, I got your shit, bro.
Ah, you've returned in one piece. Did you, perchance, acquire those, precious items we spoke about?
Yep, have both of them right here. And look, I'll be honest with you, they don't look like manuscripts to me.
Oh, don't you worry about that. Come now, hand them over. Ah, yes. Beautiful, beautiful. My handlers will be mighty pleased with these indeed.
Who's your handler? Is that like an agent or like a ghostwriter?
Just a local logistical agent operating here on Sub Rosa's behalf. Undoubtedly, you've heard of us. She sent me here to collect these files. They were meticulously kept by the vigilant who lived here before the war. Prominent woman, knew many folk, before a landmine dashed such hopes.
So wait, you lied to me and tricked me into stealing for you.
Yes, I lied. But stealing? Come now, is it a crime to simply pick up what's been abandoned? You're a gatherer, not a thief. Now, this little old spider has to get his affairs in order. Here's something for your troubles. Farewell.
Alright.
Before I forget, stop by Agent Kobor in Matriarch's Mercy if you ain't already. Helping me should be enough to get you past her lackey. Now get! Now to patch myself up and return home. Come on, Spider. Gather your energy.
Let's look at this map now. Okay, yeah, so there's pretty wide, I was going to say pretty wide swath, but that's not true. All right, team, let's keep going. We've got some coils to find.
Another mercenary. Better get my bits into the betting pool before they get themselves turned into paste.
I think I've read this. I don't remember. I'll just read it again. I don't rightly get it. Our initial landing and attack went so well, and now nothing. We're stuck at a standstill. Can't get no supplies or nothing from orbit. Can't get no one up and over to the Order's last trench. Commander saying every time we tried, we just got shot to pieces. Whose fault might that be, Void Brain? Sitting here, watching a whole lot of nothing happening? Knowing that friends in other fronts are making bits hand over fist has me regretting transferring to this area. I think it's time for our useless commander to have an accident. I could handle this better than him. I did read that before. I vaguely remember it. What's it pointing at? Never mind, let's just go. Getting sidetracked and distracted per usual. What the F?
Craft is ready, and frankly, pissed off. Looks like a fight.
Oh, there better be a damn... Oh. Medical coil.
Liquidate him!
How are you still upright over there?
Little pick-me-up for ya!
Wait, what? Why couldn't I continue? Did I not have any more trauma kits, I guess? Oh well.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
Some battlefield medicine. Looking a little woozy there, Commander. Coming your way.
Appreciate a little help, Commander.
Yeah, I'll get to you in a second, bro.
Me up. I do it for you.
You didn't do it for me a couple minutes ago, but okay.
Back in business.
Knew you had my back.
Jeez Louise. Okay. Ooh, still don't have a lot of black powder. Oh shit. Long rounds. Okay. The hell is that? Body found. Oh, I see. Make sure I didn't leave anything in here.
Friendly approaching from the north. Hold fire. Attention, freelancer. You are currently heading into no man's land. We strongly recommend you return.
Yeah.
Friendly outbound. Hold fire.
No.
I have a ton of these arachnid hearts. I'm not sure what I'm going to use those for.
Malfunction, laboratory mishap, and/or miscellaneous unspeakable dangers.
Please call again at a more convenient time.
Yeah.
All right, team.
Hello? Someone there? Yes? Did the missive not play, or was it garbled in some way? Are you somehow struggling with coherence? If so, to be clear, Zerania Manufactory 7 presently and for an indeterminate time is in lockdown. That means no external transmissions, no visitors.
Yeah, so listen, guy, I'm here on Earth Directorate business. I need to speak to whoever's in charge.
Yes, I'm sure you're quite a big number over at the Earth Directorate, whatever that is. Wasn't there a popular work of speculative fiction that used that name? For children?
Yeah, I'll be back. What the hell do I need? Writ of investigative inquiry or speech? And, so I need both. Oh, shit. All right, I'll be back.
All right.
Where the fuck am I supposed to get that thing? Sorry, I was just seeing how close I am to leveling up, and I'm not close at all. Do I not have a better gun than that? Better pistol, I mean.
Stranger, the order bids you welcome, but also warnings.
Tell me about
In
it.
light of the recent attack on Auntie's Choice, you may want to make haste to Matriarch's Mercy. It's just down the road here.
So it was one of our bases that got hit. Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
What was that attack?
I can't rightly say, and that is rather concerning in its own right. It seems our temporary ceasefire with the corporatists may be at its end.
What ceasefire?
Yes, this was an active war zone until recently, and now seems like it may be so again. Not quite certain why the attack was launched, but that is not under my purview. I'd surmise that when Auntie's Choice realized they couldn't get through our defensive measures, they wisely chose the path of diplomacy. Seems I was mistaken.
Well, it weren't our artillery that made that strike. I can tell you that much.
They must have done something to provoke an attack, which is why your safest path now is the one that leads to Matriarch's Mercy.
Yeah? Why is that? What else is going on?
The Order controls everything south of this point, but the rest is beset with various dangers. Zealots, scavengers, creatures, and corporatists. Well, not certain about that last one anymore after the attack.
Okay, tell me about these zealots out there.
Cultists, mad to the last one. I believe they worship the rifts or some such. People will turn to anything to ease their discomfort during times of crisis, I suppose.
And what were you saying about scavengers?
They're both unstable and violent. Auntie's forces call them scrappers, and uses them for just that, gathering scrap materials. Excessive abuse of stimulants has made them severely unbalanced and prone to violence. They've also been known to pose as refugees, to lure their victims into ambushes. There are several camps of them northwest of here. I'd strongly advise keeping your distance.
Pretty sure I killed a bunch of them, so I don't need to keep my distance unless I don't want to smell their dead bodies. I have to ask about the creatures, actually. Tell me about those.
The creatures are of the genus Varachnid. They are large enough to kill a full-grown human, and exceedingly willing to do so.
Yeah. Yeah, I've killed tons of those, too. I have some Varachnid hearts if you want to buy them. Anyway, thanks for the info.
May all your endeavors elicit expected results.
Thanks, buddy. Okay. Chemically enhanced. That's funny. Societal cast-offs. Chemically enhanced societal cast-off. Yeah, pretty sure I killed all these people. The chemically enhanced. Oh. Yeah, no, I definitely did that. I remember that. Tried to ambush me. Guy said his wife and... was she kidnapped? Daughter kidnapped? I don't remember. But turned out not true. Turns out fake. Fake news.
Refugees, looks like. And after that strike, there'll only be more at the gates.
Another refugee? All right, step forward. Just a moment. Allowing anyone into Matriarch's Mercy unprocessed will upset the precarious ratio of refugees to aid. We should have an opportunity for placement in approximately 7.85 days, presuming no unforeseen alterations.
Yeah, look, dude, I'm not a refugee. I'm here on orders from Ruth.
Ah, I seem to recollect one matching your description set for arrival. Pardon my slowing your ingress. It has been rather hectic of late. Welcome to Matriarch's Mercy. Rule number 1, no crowding. Rule number 2, avoid the exclusion zone. Our seer has predicted non-specific imminent danger.
What's the exclusion zone?
I thought the name was self-explanatory. Our seer predicted that a corner of the encampment is in terrible danger. Danger from what? Or when? Unclear. Stay away from it, and, in all probability, you won't have to find out.
I see. So, it sounds like you guys take your predictions pretty seriously here, huh?
Our predictions spring from the universal equation, the very numbers that guide the stars. Only a fool ignores probability, and we don't suffer fools around these parts.
Got it. I thought refugee encampments were supposed to be safe. I guess I'm wrong there, huh?
Safety and probability are incompatible. Eventually, nowhere will be safe, including here.
Okay. Is there rule number 3?
Not at present, but according to our predictions, the creation of a third rule is likely, if not inevitable. That's enough questions. Keep the line moving. You need anything, talk to Seer Wiley. He's in the lift building, straight through the settlement.
Great, thanks.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. Between the invaders, the order defecting, there's no putting this sprat back into the can.
Cloister is looking pretty good right about now.
Wasteland devoid of life? No, Arcadia is doomed. Plain and simple.
Thus, if we compare the rates of dust accumulation inside the settlement to outside, we gain minute insight into the grand plan. And then we solve for the... apologies. Just catching up on a research assignment between queries. Yes? Did you need something?
Yeah, I was actually wondering if you could tell me the square root of pi.
Oh, doesn't everyone have that memorized?
No.
It's 1.77245385. Ah, I see you were making a jest and/or attempt at conversation.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Do you usually perform advanced calculations in the midst of a busy settlement? Is that like your thing?
Typically, no. And it has been somewhat challenging focusing my concentration. The abbot felt a scientician operating in a conspicuous spot in the thoroughfare might be useful. An illustrative way for our guests to see how we operate. To show how the crabble patties are made, as it were.
Got it.
That is, if the meat preparation involved a 90-step rate formula and a conflux of polynomial equations.
You're putting me to sleep here, bro. Just mathing here in public. Are you trying to, I don't know, like impress the refugees with your math?
I am also on hand to answer queries by providing data supporting our actions. Though perhaps due to my central location, 89.74% of the time, I am simply asked for directions.
So you're a human calculator. You know, maybe they all have more pressing concerns than polynomials. You ever thought of that?
They must be exceptionally pleased with the statistical jump correlated to residents within Matriarch's Mercy. Numbers here are pretty compelling. According to data, life inside shows a notable uptick in key relevant quality of life factors: longevity, access to medicine, potable water. Life outside sees increased risk of starvation, inclement weather, and hostile xenofauna. Yes, indeed. Numbers are really against you out there.
Yeah, look, most people need more than medicine and water to be happy. You know that, right?
We have diverted internal resources to better meet demand in key areas. And I'm pleased to say that's led to a statistically significant 2.7% increase in refugee satisfaction. But if my data remains unconvincing, I suggest you inquire with Provisioner Plotnik inside the lift building. Simply tell her Archivist Widmark approves brief use of her time.
Okay. Thanks for the info. I'll leave you to it.
Then back to it I shall get.
Okay. Robot guy. You guys want to talk to me? I see a little...
Commander, you got a
Yep.
minute to talk? I got some thoughts on this situation with the refugees.
Sure. Tell me about it. What's on your mind?
The number of folks seeking refuge from the war is, well, it's beyond what I expected.
I only
and
saw
beyond
3 out
what
there.
the Order is capable of handling, seems like. Andes may not be faring much better here, but we could at least find enough work for these folk to buy some food.
I mean, the Order is doing their best at not making the refugees earn their help, right?
You sure? The Order seems a whole lot more concerned with dazzling the populace with numbers than anything else. It's
Fair
a
enough.
tough situation, that's all I'm saying. But if the Order can't even manage tens of folk at their doorstep, they ain't gonna manage much better should they win the war.
You know what? You're right. Let's ask the refugees if they prefer free food or having to work for it.
But nothing's ever really free, is it? I went through this myself when
Oh my
Andy's
God.
Choice took over Tau Ceti. It took time to secure the merger, but once they did, we folk got the help we needed real quick. And all they wanted in return was the signing of an employment contract. Now, I ain't seeing any contracts in Matriarch's Mercy. So what is the Order actually gaining by doing this?
Dude, I don't know. I just got here same as you. I don't know, dude. Maybe they're scouting for new converts or conducting a human trial. I don't know.
The thought has crossed my mind, though I reckon we might have seen concrete proof of that by now. Anyhow, if the Order is in fact helping these folk with no hidden aims, then, well, I'll be the first to admit that there might just be merit in what they're selling. Appreciate you hearing me out.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
My soup is nutritionally calculated to sustain all bodily functions, but it could use a little salt.
Law.
You alright,
I've never
weirdo?
seen this many folks crammed together since recalled libations night at the thruster. Smells about the same, too.
Friends, neighbors, while you shelter in Matriarch's Mercy, heed the teachings of the Order. Apologies, outsider. As a vicar, I am usually tasked with guiding non-Order lay people, such as yourself. Lately, the abbot has tasked me with the education of the refugees in our care. You are, of course, free to stay to be enlightened by my lecture, but I don't need an abacus to predict your path lies elsewhere.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about the refugees?
Well, if it's in the displaced's best interests, I imagine I can find a moment.
You seem fairly in the know. What's the actual situation in the settlement? No bullshit.
Yes, I reckon I do have my ear to the grimy dirt floor of Matriarch's Mercy. I hear what common lay people are saying, and the wide array of bodily noises they make. Suppose I, more than any other member of the Order here, connect with non-scienticians. I've begun daily lectures, including practical advice on efficiently planning their days. I frequently launch into extended orations on everyone's favorite topic, math, and meticulously expatiate on our sex origins in the most rigorously pedantic detail.
Yeah, so you still haven't answered my question about the situation here.
Oh, dear. I got ahead of myself, didn't I? That's an occupational hazard around here. As I'm sure you've read in recent dissertations doing the rounds, education has proven to have a 13.7% increase in overall quality of life. I am single-handedly making a difference here, with constructive pointers on efficient scheduling, lessons on order history, plus some mathematics for a little added razzle-dazzle.
And you think people are actually listening to you?
Never as many as I would like, perhaps, but my little congregation grows by the hour. Eventually, my unsophisticated layperson friend, the knowledge just seeps right in. Give it a few years and they'll even be asking questions.
All right, if you say so. The f is this place?
What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy is no safer than the trenches.
Look on the bright side. I predict that the worst is behind us.
We're not going anywhere! Not on the basis of some half-baked prediction. This so-called exclusion zone is where we stake our claim.
Except for the fact that you ain't yelling and trying to eat me. I'd have pegged you as some sort of prosperous scrapper by the rough look you got about you. You do got a certain feral look in your eye, though. Okay. I give up. Tell me.
Well, Earth Directorate, Commander, and you are...
May Huffstutler, formerly Auntie's Choice, Department of Invasive Marketing. Now, the voice of the displaced. That's what those in the Order call me, leastways. An unofficial sobriquet, likely meant as a petulant slight. On account I object. Louder. More often than the rest. Those of us ended up here have very little except needs. I turn those into demands for reasons of clarity and import.
Okay. I mean, I suppose a helpful troublemaker is a noble calling.
Though, admittedly, it's a difficult way to make friends. The Order's not exactly fond of me. Rabble-rousing doesn't align with their vision of a perfect universe. Happy as I am to make your acquaintance, I'm busy staking our claim over the exclusion zone, so if you'll excuse me.
Tell me about this exclusion zone.
The exclusion zone. The Order has decided to keep us out thanks to some nebulous prediction of disaster. Screw their predictions. We have people, displaced by war and disaster, in sore need of space. There's plenty of room to house them.
So, I assume that the prediction they gave you is a pretty bad one.
Chance of life-threatening peril from a yet-to-be-determined catastrophe were the administrant's words. Not what I would call specific. I honestly don't give the slightest whit about the Order's idea of math or whatever calculation tells them that a catastrophe may or may not occur. I couldn't get anywhere with Administrant Agarwal, but maybe you'll have better luck.
I mean, I doubt it, but I could give it a try.
Thanks, stranger. Maybe fate's on our side for a change. You can find Agarwal in the lift building, probably formulating another equation to get on my nerves.
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict, with an 8.23 margin of error, that our situation will improve in time.
You don't even know multivariable calculus.
Just trying to cheer you up.
Excuse me.
What is it? I have 15 seconds of allotted time for non-specific discourse, so choose your words with expediency. Oh, don't tell me. You're here on behalf of the voice of the displaced, aren't you?
Guilty as charged. How did you know she sent me?
Mathematical predictions always keep us one step ahead. My latest augury noted that a stranger would come bearing an inconvenient message. This is about the exclusion zone, correct?
Yeah, she wants to resettle her people.
Or that it only that simple, but she ignores essential variables of the equation. You see, the seer predicted that a calamity would befall the exclusion zone, warning that the barrier must not be crossed. But the ever-disruptive voice of the displaced is dead set on occupying the exclusion zone anyway. laughing in the face of certain peril.
I mean, she seems, to me at least, that she's ready to accept responsibility for her actions, so...
Tell me, which of us has the title of administrant before their name? The responsibility is mine, as are the consequences. The seer has augured death for anyone who enters the exclusion zone. Yes, you heard me right. Death. Furthermore, and I quote, an outside mediator, having earned the confidence of both sides, has a high likelihood of clearing up an ongoing dispute. And now the voice has involved you. How auspicious. Perhaps you are the outside mediator who was foretold.
I mean, perhaps. Where would I even begin, though?
The first step is to familiarize yourself with every angle of the dispute. Talk to the people of Matriarch's Mercy. The displaced want the exclusion zone. We want it kept off limits. We can't both be right. With your seasoned perspective, perhaps the voice of the displaced will learn to listen. Any questions before you get started?
I mean, what can you tell me about the voice of the displaced?
I can tell you she's a rabble-rouser of the highest order. Still, she cleaves to her principles. That's something. You can find her outside, among her people, stubbornly defying an order barricade. But you already knew that.
I did. Earlier you said I was foretold. How does that work?
Novice Seer Vicarage should have ample time to illuminate you on the Order's forecast modeling methods. He's just down the room from here.
Okay. So, if I learned about everyone's concerns, I'll earn enough trust to resolve the dispute? That's what you're saying?
According to predictions, yes. Or at least, my interpretation of them. I am reasonably certain. More than usual, in fact. Many people around camp support or object to our methods. Speak to them. Form your own opinion. And when you are ready, we will decide the fate of the exclusion zone.
Well, okay. Hello.
1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently 99.81% occupied, coordinating provisions and supplies for the displaced.
Widmark suggested I speak with you about your work.
Well, if the archivist said so, I suppose I can factor out a moment. As the assigned provisioner, I am responsible for coordinating the requisition and distribution of comestibles, medicinals, and miscellaneous vital supplies. The overwhelming majority of my time is dedicated to this, leaving only moments to see to the Order's needs in the settlement. But it is an effort I undertake with great relish. You may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine.
So, if someone wanted to get hold of a large quantity of supplies, they talk to you, right?
If it was a duly appointed Order official acting to assist me in distributing supplies to the displaced, yes. If that someone is you, no.
Fair enough. But I'm sorry to say the displaced may not have noticed your efforts.
With the great disruption that has occurred to their lives, one could hardly blame them. That they are fed and remain healthy is sufficient for me.
Okay. I bet you're more stressed than you let on, but you seem kind of happy, I guess.
The Order of the Ascendant is dedicated to the ascension of humanity. Our ultimate goal may not be reached in our lifetime. If I can help others in need today, I shall do so to the utmost extent of my abilities and resources.
Okay.
Appreciate you respecting my time.
Actually,
My
I would
time
like
is
to...
yours.
Yeah, sorry. I just want to see what you have for sale
You may
real quick.
peruse to your heart's content, but do so speedily for my sake.
Fair enough. No ammo? What kind of shit show is this? Okay. All right. Hey,
By
Doc.
the law. It's you.
Yep.
Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. I've scarcely breathed while hoping you'd come. I am in desperate need of your help.
Okay. I have a question first. What do you think of the conditions at the camp?
As a doctor, I'm appalled. We don't have enough beds or private quarters to separate people, so sickness is blazing an unhappy trail through the refugees. Of course, the Order keeps us well supplied with meds, but things will get worse as long as we're overcrowded. Yes, I can treat sickness as it arises. It would be leagues better to prevent it entirely. That means space to spread out.
That makes sense. Is there anything I could do to assist you?
Since you asked, you can run this medicine to Horst Lambing. Just don't shake the man's hand. He has a habit of coughing into his palm when he covers it at all.
Okay. Do you need my help with anything else?
You see, the Seers are members of the Order who labor over the universal equation. Even in its unfinished state, the equation gives them the means to predict the future. Recently, I had a rare opportunity to ask the Seer for guidance. He told me that a dashing outsider would answer my prayers.
Dashing,
I
huh?
feared the prediction was a fluke, but here you are. A dashing outsider standing before me.
That's me. So the Order devised an equation that calculates the unknowable. Is that what I'm... how's that possible?
Strictly speaking, it isn't. Not yet. But the math is very, very, very good at predicting what is probably most likely extremely possible. In theory. Within a margin of error. Anyway, that is the Seer's business. My business is the health and welfare of this camp.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Tell me some more.
Where to begin? There are so many sick and wounded in Matriarch's Mercy, and I have but 2 imperfect hands. I am but a humble general practitioner. What I really need are specialists, and the Seer predicted an outsider would find them.
Okay, very well. Since it was foretold... Oh, actually, maybe Inez can help. Inez, you think you could help?
Might have time to patch up 1 or 2 patients before we head out. I used to be a combat medic. A good one, too.
You also strike me as someone on the go. I need committed medical employees, not a freelancer. The Seer gave me a datapad with explicit instructions that I not read it, for my intervention could only throw probability into disarray. Now, take the datapad, with my thanks.
Okay. Before I get to that, I have one other thing.
How can I be of service?
Show me what you have for sale.
Since you aren't a refugee, I hope you understand that I cannot offer my goods free of charge, but my prices are fair.
I mean, I'm doing you favors and whatever, dude. What is this? Yeah, I'm definitely buying that trauma kit. Be nice if you had some oil. I'm sorry, gunpowder. What am I even saying? Actually, what am I doing? I'm not selling that. Golly. I could sell some helmets for 19 bucks. What I should be doing is breaking down these helmets. All right.
You're right. The universe does not orient itself toward fairness. But it's my firm belief humanity can do better.
All evidence to the contrary.
These people are... God, there's a lot of... Oh, that's the guy I'm supposed to be talking to anyway. Let's see what this person has to say.
Ah, I pleasantly anticipated this exact moment. My personalized order prediction and weekly prognostics report both mentioned encountering an unforeseen factor about now. I suppose that designation doesn't wholly apply to you, though, does it? Predicting future events is an imprecise science. Currently, that is. Well, then. I read that you'd have questions about our predictive methods, correct?
Yeah, sure. How does the Order predict the future? That's one question.
We utilize a mix of proprietary research methods to gather as complete a data set as possible and advanced calculations using well-honed models to effectuate it. None of us predict events with complete accuracy or absolute detail.
Right.
We'd need to solve the universal equation to do that. Fortunately, we're all working very hard on that problem. The Department of Predictive Analysis provide weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions to help steer our followers' paths.
I'm sorry, your little department does what?
The Department of Predictive Analysis is mainly populated by seers like myself, who represent the Order's most talented mathematicians. After years of study, some can predict events a few seconds or minutes into the future with reasonable precision. Others can estimate with up to 71.1% accuracy several months out. Of course, predictions have grown more difficult with the loss of the archive, but I am not to speak of that with an outsider. No offense.
Okay, no offense taken. Do unforeseen factors get in the way of your predictions at any point?
Unforeseen factors, random elements, anomalous outliers, incalculable variables, all of them can undercut the accuracy of our predictions.
That's fair.
But as we close in on solving the universal equation, unknown unknowns will become known unknowns. Then finally, known knowns. You follow?
No. Can you tell me anything about the situation in this settlement?
Matriarch's mercy is brimming beyond capacity with those cast out by war. But we of the Order rise to every challenge and continually strive to better our guests' existence. Why, I, for instance, have availed my predictive methods to our refugee neighbors in the area.
Yeah. Can't understand why I'm not seeing them here in droves then.
I share the very same surprise. Engagement is admittedly rather low, but at least one member of the camp reports he has benefited from them greatly.
One? So, one person here will swear by the Order's predictive methods.
One of our recent guests, Rollo Nast, has received multiple personalized Order predictions. I believe he could speak to the effectiveness of our ways firsthand. If my own humble assertions are not enough, I trust his attestations would convince you. And perhaps other members of the displaced as well.
Okay. I'll be honest. I expected more than a desk.
True, my situation does lack a certain refinement. Regrettably, this is Matriarch's mercy. We all must do the best we can with limited means.
Okay, well, thanks for the info, bro.
I foresee you have much to do. I won't keep you. Adieu.
Adieu.
Centimeters in length, and they then seek out nearby purpleberry plants to lay their eggs in the ripening purpleberries.
Okay. Should I waste all my stuff on bullets? Compact rounds, heavy rounds. I think it's time I sell some shit that I don't plan on using. I don't know what the sort does. All right. Short rounds, long rounds. Ooh, what if I sell shotgun rounds, which I don't use?
Rejected artifact. Eventually, the answer was found.
Uh-oh. You're not particularly good with money, and it has been noticed by your crew. Valerie has opened a savings account in your name. A portion of acquired bits are automatically stored for later. Each level, you receive a dividend of those bits with larger payouts every 5 levels. At level 30, your account is closed, and you will receive a payout in full with interest. Okay, the effects are 75% of all bits received are stored by Valerie until level 30. You can earn 25% of stored bits on level up as interest. Earn an additional 25% interest every 5 levels. At level 30, receive 150% of your total stored bits. Hell no.
Texture or flavor in any discernible way. Solution. Purple berries are now flavoring agent throughout the colony worlds. Mindless anti-choice consumers especially purchase.
If these were bullets, I would totally steal them and risk getting caught. Call Lyft. Nope, I don't have the access code.
For our orders,
Oh, a visitor. Without notice.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
You weren't mentioned in my latest personalized order projection. I mean, prediction. Granted, I mostly skim the parts what don't cover probabilistic dangers, so perhaps you were alluded to in some, roundabout fashion. Suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good, right? Yeah, I reckon that's good.
Novus Seer Vicarage mentioned you had a good experience with order predictions.
I'll say, I try not to make any big plans until I consult my latest POP. First time I got a POP, it was on a lark. It said, Rolo Nast, our seer has predicted you must wear a helmet today. I borrowed one, as a laugh. Everybody ribbed me about it. Just after lunch, wind picked up on the cliff above and dropped a mock apple 152 meters straight down onto my head. Fortunately, I still had that brain case on.
And you're sure that couldn't be just a coincidence?
Sure, but I've had 9 POPs so far, and at least 3 times something similar happened. Avoided drowning in a culvert, sidestepped my mantisaur allergy. Forget the other. Things like that just illustrate the fragile nature of human existence, especially here in Golden Ridge. My co-occupant Ike had a POP done, told him avoid liquids for 48 hours. He ignored it. Later got drunk, passed out, drowned face first in a puddle of water.
So basically you'd say the order's predictions have helped you.
You did catch the part I said they'd save my life, right?
I did.
I think alive is a notable improvement on dead. That's something you can take to the bank, Figuratively speaking. I don't know why the other displaced have been so slow to take to them. But I'm not complaining too loud. Waited for my latest POPs long enough already.
Damn, Niall's standing too close to me, bro. need to get rid of this marker. Oh, yeah, I can't get in there anyway. Alright, where do I go? Who's this guy?
Broke my nose last scrap. Ah, I banged him up real good for you, didn't I? I won you one, right? Matters settled.
The void you did. Barely connected. You're thinking of 2-3 scraps ago. You've been mostly unconscious a while now.
I don't know what either of you are talking about.
You ought to talk to Boss Tilda. She's the brains in this... What does she call it? Oh, yeah. Quasi-illicit shenanigan.
Doesn't like to look at us when we're all banged up. Said my face turned her off Borscht loaf.
Anyhow, head down the hill along the fence. Tell her Mapother and Mudge sent you.
Mapother.
How long are we meant to stay here?
That's the order. I'm not in the prediction list.
I remember this place before the war. Functioning tramiculars. Peaceful silence of the canyons.
I can't recall the last time this region was silent.
Ow!
Word to wise, don't accept anything here that's given for free. You'll pay, one way or another.
Okay. Ooh, I would like to steal that. Good evening.
Greetings. What can I help you with? Let me guess. One of your co-occupants is always hanging up his or her britches in your corner of the yurt. Am I right?
Ooh,
or
close.
you're dealing with more of a stay off my palate or that's my air you're breathing sort of thing. Pray elucidate the exact nature of your tiff of contention.
Mapother and Mudge sent me.
Oh, really? Like they strung a few words together in a row and it all made sense? That's a marked improvement on earlier. Guessing they left out a bunch, though. Here in Matriarch's Mercy, if you're not a member of the Order, you're probably living close to somebody else. In some cases, sleeping on top of them. Sort of thing tends to cause friction between neighbors. Would lead to fights, but nobody here wants trouble with the Order. So they hire our hooligans to battle by proxy.
So they fight using stand-ins? What does that solve?
Half the time, people shy away at the first sight of blood. The other, that's what they're there for. We say whoever wins the fight wins the argument. But frankly, it's never anything of consequence, like, okay, hurrah! This guy gets back his mangy button. Now, how can I help you exactly?
It's a good question. Actually, I came to ask about the situation in the camp, but you answered my question.
Ugh, a tourist. Well, clear out then, huh? Can't have you scaring off real customers. I got a bunch of yeggs, 2 pugilized pugilists, and a cicanid to feed.
Look, your nose was just a stand-in for Duarte's nose.
Don't feel like no stand-in.
I don't know where the hell I'm supposed to go now. Did I finish? Hmm. 15 cards. Read the seer's predictions. Though you may be a stranger to these lands, you shall help us by locating medical specialists essential to the health and well-being of Matriarch's Mercy. Be they formally trained or unconventional in approach, rest assured that they will be welcomed with open arms. A taxidermist, a savant with needle and thread, can be found within the bounds of Matriarch's mercy. An automechanical that has fallen prey to scrappers is located to the west in the Guardian Estates. A plumber, a specialist in the most depraved and yet essential biological functions, is currently in the trenches of combat. We thank you for your forthcoming assistance, Seer Wiley. Okay. I mean, am I talking to these guys? Is that going to trigger?
Ah, you must be the, Earth Directorate agent I was told to expect. Your punctuality is commendable. Allow me to welcome you to Golden Ridge. I'm afraid I've no refreshments available, but can I interest you in a customary debate over decidability?
Oh. Let me ask you this. Does a mantiqueen kill its mate and feed the corpse to its hatchlings? Yes, please.
If I may interject, High Scholar, don't you agree our time would be better utilized on more relevant discourse?
Seer Wiley's right, as always. Obviously, we've all more important things to do than to stand around trifling with truth tables. Perhaps later then. The presiding bishop sent word of your imminent arrival. However, pursuant to our normal standards of compartmentalization, she was scant on the details of your mission. That said, I've been instructed to assist you however I can. So, tell me, what brings you to Golden Ridge?
I need to speak with Victor Clemens. Supposedly, he's a member of your order.
Victor? Oh, yes, Archivist Clemens. Quite the mind. Such encyclopedic knowledge of engineering. One could almost mistake him for an exemplar. Is he in some kind of trouble?
I'm not sure, but it seems likely he's involved in a plot to destroy Arcadia.
Victor Clemens, some kind of radical. What an absurd notion.
I must agree with my seer. I once watched Victor shed copious tears over a damaged datapad. It's difficult to imagine him capable of worse.
Well, listen, a friend of the traitor I'm after said she and Victor had secret contacts within the Order.
And that may well be true. But our standard of proof within the Order is not normally met by hearsay alone. Victor's currently supervising highly experimental research at one of our labs to the northwest, the Enray Range, beyond the invaders' front lines. Unfortunately, you'll need to go through the decommissioned autonomous extractorium to reach it. That path is less than safe, so I advise caution.
Can you be more specific about the threats?
Besides the highly caustic Zeranium River and the Mantisaurs, we've also received reports of mad cultists in the area.
Ooh.
It does make me wonder why Victor decided to stay.
And are those the same cultists that worship the rifts?
Indeed. They began showing up with their inane theories prior to the invasion. The first sign of dysfunction in the Protectorate. Always starts small, doesn't it? Loath as I am to admit it, there may be some merit to your worries over a conspiracy within the Order, whether Victor is involved or not. As my predecessor would remind me, denying unpleasant facts is not good science. I would be remiss if I failed to support an investigation.
Okay, glad we're on the same page. Now, how can I help return the favor to you?
No doubt you heard of the recent attack launched on that Auntie's Choice base, Outpost Opportunity.
I did.
It came from one of our facilities, the Zeranium Manufactory. But that facility is intended for research, not military action. I hate thinking an Order member responsible, but given the precision of the attack, it does suggest traitors in our midst. It would undoubtedly benefit both of us to root them out.
Respectfully, Scholar, given current tensions, should we really be trusting such a delicate task to this stranger? Would an internal review of our ranks not be more appropriate?
Yeah, look at you with your fucking weird shit on your shoulder. By the way, you referred to current tensions, and here I thought we were getting along so well.
Choosing levity at a moment like this is only further evidence of your lack of good judgment.
I'm going to punch you in the
I don't
face.
dispute the need for discretion, my friend. But the presiding bishop made the determination to send the agent to us. It's best we trust her calculations.
Yeah, dipshit.
Moreover, our situation is growing increasingly dire. I can't overstate my fears concerning this most recent attack ending the ceasefire and reigniting the war in Golden Ridge. One more thing. Your investigation into the traitors takes precedence. But if you could also render aid at Outpost Opportunity on our behalf, such a gesture might preserve the peace.
Okay. Thank you for all the leads. I'll look into it.
I knew I could rely upon you. Ruth wouldn't have sent you otherwise. Here, take this writ of investigative inquiry. It'll grant you access to the manufactory. Seer Wiley and I will conduct our own inquest into these traitors you've mentioned erstwhile. We can compare notes once you've returned with your findings.
Yeah, okay. I have a few more questions, though, before I go.
Illuminating the path to true erudition is an abbot's moral duty.
What?
Whatever I can tell you, I will.
I've noticed you refer to Wiley as a seer. What is that exactly?
A calling for those with a greater than average talent for mathematics and computation, particularly in the field of predictive analysis.
Mm-hmm. And I assume you're saying that you could predict the future.
Yes.
Seer Wiley is being too modest about his contributions. Many in the Order rely on seers for their indispensable counsel. I myself would be lost without mine.
Having someone who could predict the future certainly seems handy with a war on, doesn't it?
Oh, indeed. I needn't educate you on what you can see with your very eyes. There is a great deal of pressure on me to navigate what is a rather novel situation. Without Wiley, I dare say our predicament here would be even more precarious. Many lives depend on him, on us both. Why, Matriarch's Mercy would not be the refuge it is without his predictions shepherding its development.
So you're friends, colleagues?
Both, I should hope. We've been collaborating for many years, and, plan willing, for many more to come. Especially given how very uncertain life in the colony has become.
Okay, what's the story with the giant statue outside?
That is a statue of the matriarch, Alexandra Varick, Arcadia's founder and for whom the monastery was named after. Regrettably, Alexandra Monastery is closed to non-order members at the moment, given recent troubles. But perhaps Seer Wiley can give us an estimation of its reopening.
Oh, certainly. According to my calculations, the monastery will be accessible to certain members of the public shortly.
Ha! Good news indeed. Oh, you really must visit. The observatory is a true sight to behold.
All right, thanks for filling me in. This is weird. There's no rooms up here.
You beheld that new rifle up at the monastery? The Oracle?
The one Wiley designed, right? Uses a tracking algorithm, never misses. Sounds ambitious, even for him.
I'd give my tenure for an hour alone with it and a mantisaur at 2 clicks.
Hey, Niles.
No offense to Val, but anyway. Need something, Commander?
Yeah.
Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
Ooh, let's break down some shit. Like that.
Wait, don't tell me you're one of those drones from... Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Wish. Between the invaders, the order defecting, there's no putting this sprat back into the can.
Oyster is looking pretty good right about now.
A wasteland devoid of life? No, Arcadia is doomed.
Have I not talked to everyone this weird-ass town?
What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy is no safer than the trenches.
Look on the bright side. I predict that...
Stranger.
How are things around camp?
Vexing. We're at the mercy of the Order, and the Order is at the mercy of their predictions. Not to insult our gracious hosts, but these people don't wipe themselves unless an equation tells them to.
All right. I'll check in later. Guys, who haven't we talked to?
Welcome. Have you come to bask in the Order's knowledge?
I already talked to you. So no. Look up your own bounty. Look up local bounties. Wanted. Jan Dunsany. Didn't I already kill him? For the crimes of repeated and indiscriminate slaughter of Order personnel. Brief. Unlike her brothers... Oh, I didn't kill her. Jan Dunsany appears to bear some vestige of duty from her prior life to the Protectorate. Unfortunately, this has manifested in a hatred for the Order. She seems to believe that the Protectorate has treated us too gently, and that we must all be executed as traitors. She has already made good on this belief in the dozens. Jan Dunsany currently resides in the Scrapper's Den with her gormless fellows. For their crimes, they must be eliminated. These are the two I killed, Morton and Edward Dunsany. For the crimes of theft, malfeasance, general wreaking of havoc. Brief, Morton and Edward Dunsany belong to the many Protectorate subjects abandoned by their local leaders. However, rather than turning to us for aid, the duo instead partook in petty banditry. They have since acquired many fellow ne'er-do-wells and have swiftly become a problem too troublesome to ignore. The brothers reside within the abandoned Guardian Estates in the southwest region of Golden Ridge. Note that due to catastrophic damage to our tram infrastructure, the mountain on which the estates reside must be ascended. Breaching the scavengers' lines may be difficult, but those who succeed shall be amply rewarded. How many bits did it give me? Come on. Come on. Give me some bits. 1,500. You see a large pile of seemingly unrelated debris. What this once was isn't readily apparent at first glance. I don't have brawn.
Shame what happened there. I seen the whole thing.
There we go.
Watch yourself if you intend to nose around that collapsed ramshackle. I swear, refugee settlements aren't what they used to be.
So that was more than just debris before?
Yes, technically a hut is meant to be only one story. Because when you stack them, they tend to fall over. Happens a lot. People here need more room to breathe. Can't build in the walkways, can't set up in the exclusion zone. So they build up. Best they can, at least. Don't have proper building material or nothing. They just make do. After a while, the stacked up little huts they jury-rigged come tumbling down.
So you're saying a bunch of the displaced have been hurt doing this, right?
Oh, you put that together, did you?
I did.
I thought I was being subtle. Yeah, people keep at it. What else choice they have? Order won't listen. Maybe if we interspersed our requests with numbers, they'd pay attention. Seems like all they care about sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Order is doing their best with what they have on hand. I don't know.
They're doing something, which is better than nothing, but not by much.
Okay.
Relax. Your future is in our hands. You cannot possibly do the right thing today without knowing what will happen tomorrow. As the order has sent us, we predict tomorrow, so you can have a better today.
Guess I can't pick her pocket. Talk to the voice of the displaced. Oh, yeah, okay.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Can't say I'm fond of these lodgings. About close quarters.
Just be grateful for what you have.
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp?
Hey, I'm back.
Oh. Administrator Agarwal. Here to finally hash this out, are you? Thought this day would never come.
Yes, well, our esteemed outsider here has agreed to thoroughly appraise our situation, in the hope that we may finally close the book on the exclusion zone once and for all.
They say you asked around. Listen to folks. That's a good start, at least.
Thank you. Well, I'm ready to begin if you are.
Speaking as a representative of the Order, we will abide by the Mediator's decision if you do the same.
Agreed.
Mediator, I leave the fate of the exclusion zone in your capable hands.
Okay. I'd like to discuss what I found out about the Order's side first.
Speak on then.
Rollo Nass taught me a bit about the Order's predictions and their usefulness.
Did he also happen to mention they were needlessly oblique and vague?
He did say that they weren't always accurate, but he was too scared to ignore them.
But our predictions are given to inform and protect, not to frighten. Forgive me. I do not mean to disrupt.
Yeah, well. I also spoke to Vicar Arendi about her support for the displaced.
You mean that missionary type who's always talking at everybody instead of to them?
That's her. She values education, but like you, I find her methods a little questionable.
Her mission is to uplift and enlighten.
She's indoctrinating, not helping us. Can't you see the difference?
Point taken.
And Provisioner Plotnik informed me about Order efforts.
You actually got the Provisioner to give you the time of day. Huh.
Ah, yes. I sometimes forget Provisioner Plotnik is also assigned to minding the displaced's needs. Her role is largely proactive, while mine is reactive.
I mean, she seems committed to ensuring the displaced want for nothing.
Fair enough. The Order does keep us refugees fed and plenty, medicated. To give credit, as I do with blame, where it's due.
Uh-huh. All right, let's talk about the displaced and their perspective.
I'm all ears, Mediator.
I assume you heard about the business with the Sub Rosa altercations?
The what now?
When grievances between the displaced approach fisticuffs, we hire Sub Rosa hooligans to duke things out for us.
That is unquantifiably absurd. And I don't see how moving into the exclusion zone will help.
Well, look, overcrowding leads to frustration. Minor issues get amplified in unproductive ways.
Unproductive is one thing. Paid Donnybrooks with surrogate fighters is... well, I'm at a loss for an applicative metaphor to describe it.
I found evidence of a collapsed structure.
Collapsed? But we built Matriarch's Mercy to optimize comfort and safety.
I'm guessing you're saying this wasn't an official structure. More of a hastily assembled, precariously built shanty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, refugees shouldn't have to build in those conditions. And have the huts fall down on their effing heads.
People are struggling to make do with what they have. If we had the exclusion zone, this wouldn't be a problem.
I'm aghast these structures weren't built following established Order construction guidelines.
I also spoke to the camp doctor about the health situation here.
I understand he is rather short-handed.
Yeah. Someone should get right on that, huh? Anyhow, what was the good doctor's diagnosis?
Well, you have people living on top of each other, which is a public health disaster.
We have ample room to space people out more, but only if we utilize the exclusion zone.
That is indeed unfortunate, but the dangers predicted for the exclusion zone may outweigh these concerns. By my calculations, you've explored this topic from every conceivable angle. Admirable work, Mediator.
Thank you. I
suspect
do my
that your
best.
sympathies lie with the displaced. Unfortunate if true, but I leave the decision in your capable hands.
Okay, let me think about this. I'm just going to rule for the displaced. Their needs outweigh the danger, and the exclusion zone is theirs. Or, no, I'm doing it.
Well, if this is the fate that was augured, then I will not complain, though it goes against my very nature. Please, be safe. That's all I ask.
Not to worry, Administrant. The exclusion zone is our problem now. Here, you stay out of trouble. We'll try and do the same.
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict with an 8.23 margin of error.
Look, I'm not with Auntie anymore.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Fish. The invaders, water defecting. No putting this.
Let's pick a different weapon here. Actually, no. Seems to have a lot of power. Let's see how good this is. Put it to a real-world test. Right there. I need a distraction.
On your command.
Well, then do it, for God's sake.
No law damn target.
Good job, team. Nope, can't go that way. Oh wait, we could fast travel there, can't we? Yeah, this handgun's terrible. Reloading detonates beacons. Oh, I see. So that's how it works. I was always confused as to when it would explode. Now I know. Short rounds, 5, blah, blah, blah. So I'll say these guns look very similar. Where's the sniper rifle? That's one of them. Damn, we ain't got shit for rounds in this thing. Yo!
Zeranium Manufactory 7, presently and for an indeterminate time, is in lockdown. That means no external transmissions, no visitors.
Yeah, I have a writ of investigator. Sorry. Let me start over, sorry. I have a writ of investigatory inquiry. Look, I have a document from Abbott Newell. Open up.
Wait, you have a writ? From the Abbot? But we don't have any means of... yes, they said they have a... yes, sir. This is Factor Métaguier. Am I to understand you have orders from the Abbot? Quite convenient for you. I have no way of verifying without allowing you entry. Very well. Come inside and we'll see this sorted. Building on the left.
Yes, right over here. You're not getting down below until you talk to me.
Okay, tough guy.
So, the Abbot deigned to send someone whilst we're contending with all manner of emergencies, did he? Wait, is that an Auntie's Choice enhanced soldier with you? Oh, I see what this is. Stay back. We have no desire to escalate things further. Don't do something you'll regret.
We want answers, not a fight. And if indeed there's any retribution to be had, it won't be by my hand. Tell him, Commander.
Look, Guy, you can check my papers, but my team is my business, like it or not.
Surely. Far be it from me to question the irreproachable prudence of an enigmatic caller.
What?
Sometimes I cannot fathom what goes through the Abbot's mind, but your papers do seem to be legitimate. I will unlock the elevator so you can speak with Proctor Svoboda below. I'll send word you're en route, but fair warning, I cannot predict what reception you will receive. I expect your behavior will remain impeccable. As soon as I've seen to securing the facility, I'll be along straight away.
What the f is going on in here?
The recent attack may have originated from this facility, but I assure you it was not at our hand. We have no desire to resume open warfare with Auntie's choice. One of our transport pods, filled with Zeranium, was diverted toward, or more specifically at, their location.
Transport pod. That's a weird thing to call a missile there, Factor.
Though functionally correct, I assure you. The transport pods are fired into space, where they are collected for redistribution. To date, no one has ever misused them for this purpose, despite the explosive nature of the material. Fortunately, we have potentially identified the culprit, and we have managed to corner the apparent perpetrator down below, which would be a good thing if they had not, somehow seized control of the manufactory operations.
So it sounds to me like the perpetrator has you cornered instead of the other way around.
Our suspect, one Initiate Alva, previously supervised launch controls. Though steadfastly maintaining her innocence, she has also barricaded herself in the operations control room below. A move not likely to allay anyone's suspicions.
You know, I'll be honest with you, everything about this seems suspicious to me.
An understandable perspective. I fear I must concur. I admit I'm to a reasonable degree pleased you are on hand to corroborate current suppositions. May your query yield favorable results.
Well, all right. Let's take a gander around here.
It evidently originated here. Transport pod full of Zeranium. Blue outpost opportunity to naught but tinges and flinders.
Has it been classified as an accident? Or an attack?
What I'd like to know is why our illustrious seer provided zero warning beforehand.
Descend. Stop with the fucking grunting, Niles. We've talked about this. And now, do you have something you want to say to me?
Ain't sure what's more concerning. The possibility that the Order had sanctioned the attack, or the reality that one rogue actor is putting everyone's lives at risk. Tell you one thing, though. Taking out one person is a damn sight easier than fighting an entire faction. So let's get to hunting.
Okay. Sounds good. So let's say, where's the sound?
Initiate Alpha, stand down. Relinquish control of this facility immediately.
Oh, my dear Proctor, you can't believe a low-level drudge like me is responsible for any of this.
You'd have us all believe you seized control to demonstrate your innocence. Wait, is this being broadcast?
I have no idea how this audio doodad works. You're the one in charge here, Proctor Svoboda. Are you sure you didn't do something?
I demand your unconditional surrender at once.
Hello, Proctor? I'm pushing buttons over here now. Did I disconnect you somehow?
What armor am I wearing? Should have something a little heavier. Like that. Ooh, shit. Check me out. Oh. That's pretty badass. That looks ridiculous. Where's my gothic armor? Look at this shit. I could, like, hit people, spike their ass. There's got to be a toss ball card in here somewhere.
Ah, yes, of course. Next on my list of lowest probability events, strangers sent by the abbot, gallivanting about amidst a lockdown. If we'd been able to communicate beyond our walls, might have saved you a trip. As I can successfully report, we have identified the responsible party.
You mean Initiate Alva?
A low-level subordinate, assigned here years ago. But I'm now realizing how little we actually know about her. A spy or turncoat, no doubt. A sleeper agent from one of those secret enemy programs you're always hearing about.
Okay. You know, that's quite the accusation. Can you back it up?
Within a beat of us hearing of the attack, Alva seized command of the system and locked herself in the control center. She then forcefully repelled several attempts to extricate her. 2 are dead already. Poor Jacobs lost a hand trying to pry free the outer doors. Why, she could destroy this entire place at any moment from in there. I implore you to stop her before she does so. I fear violence may be our only recourse.
Yeah, listen, I probably need to investigate a little bit before, you know, murdering anyone. Also, by the way, you kind of look like Sharon Stone. I don't know if you know who that is, but that's who you look like.
Whatever for. We've
I don't know.
already established her guilt. Failed to see the use, frankly. I suppose some limited nosing about before dispatching her wouldn't hurt. Presuming she doesn't kill us all in the meantime. I'll be in my office. Let me know once she's no longer a problem.
Will do, will do. Heavy rounds. Where's the heavy rounds? Plus 50% damage resistance against explosives. You no longer take damage from burn, instead healing while burning. Ooh. I like that. I'm going to stick with that. We shut the damn door. Guys, come on.
This is important. Would you describe the Varachnid's chelicerae as slavering when it attacked? How much viscous fluid would you estimate was involved?
I don't know anything about the fluid's volume. Thing attacked. I shot it. There's goo all over the spot it emerged. Measure that, maybe.
Of course she's hiding something. You think those two exemplars just fell wrong? They're hardly prone to involuntary self-injury.
Investigator. Factor said head on in.
You got anything you want to say, Gutter?
Alva's been here for how many years? I never noticed her. Just blended in with the scenery somehow.
Oh, yeah? I notice her now.
Investigator?
How's it going? It's an interesting name. I would like to get in that room.
Always account for standard deviation.
Okay. The two Order initiates appear to have been shot. Okay, skill points available. Throw a point towards leadership. You have something you want to say,
Gotta
Inez?
keep moving, Commander.
Well, you're the one that looks like you want to talk.
Oh, hello. A visitor. Who is it they're sending now? And who are you, dear? You're what? Some maverick for hire? Oh, no, I can see it now. Earth Directorate, yes? Like Commander Zane and that rascal Buddy. And who is that you brought with you? A friend?
Two friends.
An Auntie's Choice grafted soldier. You poor dear. And someone else. Another Earth Directorate agent, I see. Seems sad.
Is she talking about me?
All this for me. Fear I hardly deserve such attention. This entire business is just a terrible misunderstanding.
Question, how do you know that I'm from the Earth Directorate?
I expect few in the Order know of you, but, well, I've kept to a role here that is purposely not very taxing. Others prefer calculations in their spare time. I have my stories. Between launches, I enjoyed serials, two-bit dreadfuls, periodicals. I adore Zane and Buddy, even if they are considered contraband. And you decidedly share their upright bearing. For the longest time, I didn't realize your organization actually existed. But here you are, well-timed and, no doubt, eager to help.
No doubt. Look, I'm just here to find out about the attack. Specifically, who launched the attack. Why are you looking away?
Oh, believe you me, I'd like to know that more than anyone. I am thoroughly unaware how anyone would think me capable of all this.
Svoboda? Is that her name? Anyway, the lady, she seems to think that you're responsible, and you aren't looking at me. I heard you killed those 2 guards.
Yes, that was terrible. I feel awful. Though technically speaking, they did kill each other. There was a scuffle. Their weapons fired. It was a most unfortunate thing.
Okay. Do you have any way to prove your innocence?
Dear me, I wish I did, but... Actually, there may be a way you could gain answers here. The firing record should contain all relevant details regarding the launch. Why, yes, I could unseal access to the records repository for you, and open the path leading there. I'd be right grateful if you'd have a look. I swear I'm completely innocent of this heinous act they're accusing me of.
So I do that and you'll come out. Is that what you're saying?
Certainly, of course. If you help me uncover who's responsible, I will gladly open this door. Appreciate your help, dear. Please return when you have found something. May the plan favor us against long odds.
This is weird.
May all your endeavors add to the equation.
What the hell is a tutelary? Can you guys close the fucking door, man? I don't want people to see if I steal shit. What are you guys doing? You guys are terrible at concealing crime. Printed backup records. The launch records consist of a number of instructions that are time-stamped and uniquely numbered. Using the time of the launch initiate Alva supplied, you are able to look up the recent launch. The entry shows that it was directed at Outpost Opportunity. You also detect a slight odor from the records, but it's unclear if that's just the type of paper or a product of the printing process. The record shows that Initiate Alva launched the payload at Outpost Opportunity, but your practiced eye identifies nearby chemicals commonly used in forging documents. Messages from tenured archivist Lelander, subject word of caution. A friendly reminder that there remains a 19.8% chance of one coming face to cephalothorax with a arachnid of uncomfortable size and toothy disposition among the lower levels of the manufactory. Our colleagues in xenobiology note that screaming, flailing one's arms, and other expressions of abject terror only excite the creatures further. So please, be advised to weep silently during any chance, unfortunate encounters. Ever the best, tenured archivist Lelander. And then also from him, or her, sorry, from them, subject to ongoing lab use concern. As overseer of this facility, you are clearly allowed full access to all areas and equipment, but your presence in our laboratory remains a distraction at best, and at worst, a source of anxiety for members of our junior faculty. By the way, I know it's laboratory, don't know why I pronounce it laboratory. As you are no doubt keenly aware, even minor disturbances can translate into delays over time. I remain confident you will appreciate my candor and take this in the best possible light. Ever the best, tenured archivist Lelander. Launch records. Status, records expunged. Please review backup physical records. So she's been framed, guys. That's what's up.
Patrol's back, I hear. Don't see Aunties being too dissuaded by them, though.
Our Earth Directorate friend. Hello. I've been conversing with Factor Matadier here while you were away. Understand you've met?
Yes, they witnessed me rather discomposed, I fear. Visions of Auntie's choice reprisal clouded my thoughts at the time.
So you're saying the facility's secured then?
Troops now guard the entrance above. Our safety addressed, I have turned my attention to the cause of our situation here, and I have deemed it wise to investigate further. Do not let my position fool you. All within the Order are scienticians, and hence we seek the truth of any hypothesis based on evidence. The Proctor's accusation is no different.
Did you turn up anything else or remember anything odd from earlier?
A recent security audit brought up several curious messages meant for an unknown party, sent from a terminal somewhere on the premises. We were unable to track down the whereabouts of this mystery terminal, but one message contained certain oblique references to placing blame. Nothing conclusive, yet enough to give me pause.
You examined the launch records, yes? Did you find anything, dear?
Yeah, I actually discovered signs that the record coordinates had been tampered with.
Well, I'd certainly hoped they'd exonerate me, but somehow I'm unsurprised they bear signs of falsification. Believe I'm starting to see a pattern. But listen to me. What do I know about this sort of thing? I know I've watched too many Aetherwave serials. Suppose they fuel my fervent imagination. But still, even the most junior scientician knows the best explanation is one requiring the fewest assumptions. Ergo, I set the correct coordinates. Someone overrode them.
Ooh, shit, I don't know what just happened there. Yeah, so that still doesn't tell me who's responsible. I assume you still think it might be Svoboda. Svoboda?
Someone may be pulling her strings, perhaps. That's what investigators like you say, isn't it? Now, what you uncovered appears to imply two further avenues of inquiry. A Zeranium leak occurred moments after the launch. I imagine it may have been used as a diversion, allowing the culprit time to falsify the record. The overriding of the coordinates also deserves a look. Don't you think?
I don't know. Can we prove the launch was altered?
I can speak to the coordinate override, I believe. All commands are routed through the hub in central processing. If one meant to accomplish what you're suggesting, they would likely look to do it there.
I expect the Zeranium leak stemmed from alterations to the control boards and refinement logistics. I'd look for any signs of tampering that may point to the culprit.
Look, I still can't tell if you're lying or not because you won't meet my eyes, but I guess I'll play along for a bit.
Part of me would like to tease you right now and say, you're not very good at cards, are you, dear? But if you're still on the fence about me, I shouldn't want to tip you over. All right. There. I've unsealed both areas. With hope, what you discover will help us determine the responsible party.
I'll stay here and play for more time. If the Proctor sends anyone, I'll say I'm close to convincing you to surrender.
Okay. What am I doing?
May all your theories prove true.
May circumstances proceed toward intended results.
How the F am I going to get up there? Guess I'm getting up there this way.
Had plenty of managers like Svoboda back on Tau Ceti. Couldn't take responsibility for nothing.
For you. Sorry, ain't ready yet.
Craft's still a bit sleepy. Back in business.
Running low on food.
Over here.
Thank you kindly. I am decidedly in your debt. Anything you need? Anything I, a lowly archivist, can provide you, a heroic individual who is handy with doors?
Yeah, I have a few questions, actually.
Of course. I am now able to breathe easy and respond freely.
So this is central processing. If I wanted to reroute launch coordinates, for instance, I would do it here, right?
Strange question, but yes. All commands pass through the hub here. Through that wiring underneath that open floor panel in the back of the room, actually.
Oh, okay. And did you happen to examine the exposed wiring? And if so, what do you think happened there?
Well, in my professional opinion, looks like someone rerouted some commands from operations. Not sure which ones. Based on the sloppy state it was left in, I'd say they either barely knew what they were doing or were in a rush, or both.
And where were you around the time of the attack on Outpost? Was it Opportunity? Yeah, that one. That place.
I was in my cot doing advanced equations. After the explosion occurred, I rushed here to check my terminal. The door was creaky to open. I should have known it would lodge in place when it closed, but I was distracted by the disheveled state of the room and rushed inside.
And what do you know about Initiate Alva?
Works in
Alva, sorry.
operations, right? Always on about her stories. Wish I had time to watch serials and read all day. Well,
You and me both.
that's about everything I know about everything. Let you be on your way. Careful on your way out. Try not to be liquefied and subsequently devoured.
Haha, thanks. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. A patchwork array of switch boxes and cables connecting many of the facility's command systems. An obvious rewiring of the cables here is noticeable. You determine that the wires were specifically configured to reroute coordinate commands from Initiate Alva's location in the operations room.
You get the claw! Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Good job, team. Nice work. Lockpick 8? Are you kidding me?
And may the plan guide you.
Vector's been in there a while now. Perhaps this conundrum is approaching a solution.
Something about that Alva doesn't square. And she called me sad. I'm not sad. Just for the record.
I believe you, bro. I don't think you're sad.
suppose you'll do. I'd been hoping an empiricist or assessor would amble by, but you appear reasonably apt. The Zeranium overflow venting has gone completely haywire. Oh, what else will this higgledy-piggledy nightmare of a day bring? I was ordered to keep watch until a specialist arrives. Might I entreat you to act in such a capacity? The control board to divert the flow of Zeranium is up yonder in refinery logistics. If so, I have something for your time and effort.
Look, you're in luck. What I don't already know, I'm smart enough to figure out.
Well, as a fellow student of science, you'll be especially interested in what I have to offer. We developed a pharmaceutical primer that, technically it poisons you a little, but also heals you quite effectively. Shut off the gas, it's yours.
Okay. You got yourself
Tremendous. Why, this day may average toward the positive yet.
May deliberate endeavors beget expected results.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Where do we go from here? Okay. That was not good. What the F? I thought I had the... Sorry. Thought I had the shield up. I guess I didn't. I don't understand what is happening right now. Any ideas, team? Somebody here has to be a toss ball player. Or fan, I mean. Oh, damn. Personnel Assessment Initiate Miriam Alva. During our recent discussions, Initiate Alva has shown a profound unwillingness to discuss early motivational factors and aspirations. This notably frustrating disposition renders us unable to adequately project her career path. When I detailed this concern to the Initiate, I was met with a silence one can only categorize as stony. If I were to draw a conclusion based on this and consistent data drawn from years of similar interviews, I would say it almost appears that she is being evasive. Tenured Archivist Lelander. Let me save here. Oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. How'd I miss that the first time? Zeranium venting pressure. This control board allows users to update settings for the Zeranium overflow venting system, and I don't have anything. Safety restrictions have clearly been set to exceed stated tolerances, causing the explosion and subsequent leak. Did I do the thing that other lady asked us to do?
You're back. I see my choice in you was well-founded. Zeranium overflow venting has returned to a non-haywire state, and my internal levels of disquietude have lessened along with it.
Wish my own internal disquietude could be so easily addressed.
This is anecdotal feedback at best, but I find sometimes a gift helps. Something that makes one feel deserving. And by assisting me, you have proven this. This card will allow you into our humble little research lab. It's right past operations, can't miss it, unless you do. The pharmaceutical primer I mentioned is inside on display.
Have you ever tried it yourself?
The Order regards potentially detrimental human testing as an unethical scientific boundary. We tried it on a cysty pig, though, and he came through. Reasonably no worse for wear.
Alright, I have some questions if you don't mind.
With the leak abated, I am fully prepared to be peppered with queries.
Am I correct in assuming that the leak occurred right after the attack on Outpost Opportunity?
Now that you mention it, yes. I recall I was worried about one crisis, and my mind was completely occupied by this other crisis nearby. I must admit, I haven't given the attack a single thought since. I do hope everyone's okay.
And do you happen to know anything about Initiate Alva by any chance?
Not much. Keeps to herself mostly. Or that is entirely. Like all of us, she resided in the barracks 15 degrees to the northeast from here.
And did you happen to see anyone lurking about here before or after the leak?
You mean just after the attack occurred?
Right.
I was in a state of anxiety at the time, and, well, I'm sure you're aware higher levels of cortisol can impede the encoding of memory.
Alright, well, thank you.
I am greatly grateful you were helpful and effective. Farewell.
Farewell. Come on, team. You guys doing all right? Neither of you are making eye contact with me? Not the first time I pointed that out. Need to find that lab that I couldn't get into. Where the hell was it?
Always account for standard deviation.
May all your theories prove true.
Thanks.
May all your endeavors add to the equation.
This was it, right here. Fingers crossed, team, that it's something good. The shit, ferrochronium. I don't think that was worth it. What do you guys think? All right.
Hello, dear. Why, we were just talking about you.
Oh, yeah?
Or specifically, potential implications for a multitude of troubling scenarios, based on probable results of your investigation, downstream outcomes, and such and the like.
You know how the Order is. Always calculating something. But please, tell us what you discovered.
Okay. Someone rerouted the coordinates for the launch, and they had clearance to cause the leak.
That you found evidence that the coordinates were rerouted is definitely something. Would be an odd step for Alva here to take, except perhaps to throw blame elsewhere.
I admit I had the knowledge to cause the leak, but not the authorization. And yes, why would I reroute coordinate commands away from here?
Well, because Svoboda doesn't seem capable of engineering all this.
I wholeheartedly agree, but her incompetence hardly absolves her. I'm sufficiently certain our proctor is conspiring with an outside party, so I'm coming out now. She's going to tell me who she's working with. Then I'm going to kill her.
Wait a minute. You're going to what? Our investigation, it's unfinished. And you're an initiate. What are you talking about?
Oh, I see you two thought you were proving my innocence. No, you were helping identify my target. I'd advise you dears to help or stay out of my way. Proctor Svoboda needs to pay for her actions.
Look, I'm not sure she was actually involved, but you were definitely framed by someone.
Her possible involvement notwithstanding, Constance Svoboda is an Order proctor, and I cannot abide her cold-blooded murder. Especially by someone we clearly know so little about. You are far more capable than some back-manufactory button pusher. Who are you, really?
I am a dedicated agent of the Order, but no, dear. My name is not Miriam Alva. I am Marisol Delgado, formerly of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
That group was just a story to scare novice scienticians. Next, you're going to be telling me you're... Wait. It is you, isn't it? The one they called the Endpoint.
Yeah, I didn't really follow any of that. What is Endpoint? Is that a good thing?
I must admit, I'm not entirely sure.
Great.
The rumors about your department. They said anyone who might delay the equation being solved disappeared. If there are any hints of truth to that, I find it severely at odds with Order tenets for balancing efficiency with humanity.
This is hardly the time for a history lesson or debate, I'm afraid.
Well, Marisol, you've been lying for years. Why should we listen to you now?
Perhaps you shouldn't. My earlier endeavors were often disconcerting. But the truth remains. Whatever is happening here, I'm not involved. I arrived decades ago to lie low after a difficult assignment. More than that, I have nothing to speak on at present.
That you are who you are, and are standing right, and have been here for years. It's all much to digest. I suspect your methods are not my own, nor the Order's, as I know it. And I fear your intentions for Proctor Svoboda.
The Order believed in her to do what was needed, have faith in you, in your superiors, and her.
Yes, you did work for Orlo, didn't you? If the former bishop trusted you to intercede when necessary, I suppose I must as well. I won't stand in your way.
A wise calculation, my friend. Good thing you showed up when you did. You saved me from having to kill everyone here.
I mean, I'm always happy to save lives. Is there anything else you want to tell me?
Svoboda has much to answer for. Let's go see that she does.
What's this? What are you doing here? Come to surrender, I take it?
After decades keeping this identity, your inexpert blundering has rendered it obsolete. I am Marisol Delgado, former head intercessor of the Order. This would be an ideal time to confess everything. Before you die.
You can't possibly be party to all this. Not with her vast misdeeds so readily apparent.
Our investigator has definitively determined my innocence following a thorough investigation.
I mean, definitely determined may be a bit of a stretch.
I don't know what you found, but any so-called evidence was likely laid there for someone to discover. By a party with years spent in hiding. This is all nothing more than a flagrant example of artifice and bunco. An elaborate song and dance from an admitted imposter.
Enough, traitor. You made your play. You lost. No more deception. No more lies. Time to pay what is due.
No, wait,
Shit.
Thus concludes a thoroughly distasteful business.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I was taken by surprise there. Any thoughts about what to do next?
Best search her office. Someone clearly was pulling her strings.
Would have been nice to perform that search before there was a corpse in the room, but pickers and choosers.
I mean, what am I doing here?
Proctor left her terminal on. Maybe it holds some sign of who she was working for.
Okay, I'm taking these. Oh, there's the terminal. Silly. Silly, silly, silly. Access oversight control. Unlock toxic effluvia. What? Rubbish bin. Commence message recovery. Recovered entries from Abbott Newell, subject to matter of some advisement. Proctor Svoboda. As you know, I value your sagacity when it comes to supervisory matters. With that said, allow me to put the following question to you. If one had a close colleague, a friend even, whose diligence appears to have slid and whose calculations have become increasingly error-ridden, what actions would you advise? Surely one should not consider submitting them for a promotion, speaking hypothetically, of course. I await your counsel, Abbott Newell.
The terminal unsealed the effluvium repository. That's traditionally off limits. Ideal spot to hide something. We should take it. This space used to be brimming with runoff chemical sludge. It's been renovated, I see. Another terminal. Go ahead. You should have the honors.
From not identified. Subject, your orders. The attack on the outpost was meant to reignite active fighting between Auntie's Choice and the Order. Instead, it has only resulted in an investigation of both localities that threatens to expose our plans. This is an unacceptable error on your part, and I expected better. Perhaps I should have entrusted this task to Levino from the start. Or Iovino? Whatever. Cooperate with the Earth Directorate agent insofar as it does not lead back to us. and know that further failure will be met with severe consequences. From not identified subject contingency plans. In light of recent setbacks, DeVries has concluded that we are to pursue contingency plan A467. Further instructions will be issued at a time of my predetermining.
The Proctor's efforts appear part of a larger scheme.
Yeah, I'm actually pursuing the head of the conspiracy, Augustine DeVries.
Ah, of course. I should have assumed you had a greater purpose here.
Yeah, I can't tell if you're shaken or euphoric right now.
This whole affair reminded me of the old days. The blood, the secrecy, the calculations and intrigue. Been trying to tell myself I didn't miss it. But in action, I fear, ill suits me. I have some unfinished business I need to get back to. I could use help from an operator like you. Believe my specific skills could benefit your efforts as well.
Oh, yeah?
I propose a strategic partnership. You help me, I help you. What do you say?
Yeah, it depends on what it involves.
I've an old contact on Cloister I need to look up. Part of a small matter there. Some research the Order considered heretical. Worth restarting, I think.
Okay. That sounds intriguing. Why don't you just join the crew and we'll look into it when we can?
Good, good. It's a little crowded here, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Inez, could you head back to the incognito for a while?
Supposing that means no joyrides and no scratching the paint?
Yep.
I can manage that. Until later, Commander.
Excellent. Well then, I am quite ready to leave this place.
Oh. Okay.
My fellow Loyalists, it is time. Due to the Earth Directorate operatives' continued meddling, we must increment our timetable by a factor of hours, not days. Accordingly, our forces have taken over the monastery. Those I predetermined to be resilient to reason have been executed. The rest should not cause us trouble. I have locked the lift to prevent the agent from reaching the monastery, but the following code will grant you access. 34145. I will continue my work from here, supplying Augustine with everything she needs for our plan to succeed, and delaying the agent as I'm able to. May the results of our actions today secure a more prosperous tomorrow for our sacred order.
That snake. You think the Abbot's involved too? If he ain't, he's in for a rude awakening. We should get ourselves back to the monastery.
Yeah, we should. But I think we're due for a break, Niles. We've done a lot today. So, and as for the viewers, that is going to conclude part 9. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.